Wendy Williams has made headlines in recent months, speaking out about her life under a guardianship and inside an assisted living facility. One figure from her past, her ex-husband Kevin Hunter, has also recently made headlines himself. Since then, Wendy's legal team has shared some choice words concerning Kevin. Various figures close to Wendy Williams have recently gotten involved with her current guardianship. Wendy Williams rose to prominence with her namesake talk show, The Wendy Williams Show. In 2023, she retired from broadcasting following a diagnosis of aphasia and frontotemporal dementia. In 2022, after her accounts were frozen by Wells Fargo, Williams was placed under a guardianship. Since then, she has been living in an assisted living facility, the Coterie in New York. Wendy Williams has spoken out about her situation in recent months. This has ranged from speaking out against her aphasia and frontotemporal dementia diagnosis to comparing her life in the facility to prison. Various other figures close to Williams have also gotten involved and have spoken out about the situation. Back in June, Williams's ex Kevin Hunter, who was married to the star from 1999 to 2020, filed a lawsuit claiming her constitutional rights have been violated. As noted by Radar Online, Hunter has claimed the lawsuit is in Williams' interest. However, her team has spoken out against it. According to the publication, Williams' team has even shared that the star herself does not believe the complaint is in her best interest. Alan B. Diamond and Peter J. Strauss was appointed at Williams' request back in April. The two have argued in a letter to U.S. District Court Judge Margaret M. Garnett over the matter. According to them, only they and fellow attorney Sadatu Salami Oyakhilome are the only ones with authority to represent Williams in connection with her guardianship proceedings. Williams' legal team discussed the complaint in a recent letter. The letter claimed the complaint was detrimental to Williams' interests. It shared, read in the best light, the complaint reflects poor judgment, an incomplete picture of the facts and record, and a serious misunderstanding of foundational legal principles. The team continued, read in the worst light, the complaint reveals a deliberate effort to mislead this court with false statements to obtain improper benefits at Williams' expense. They added, even though we are ready and able to file a more formal pleading that includes a more robust critical response, two guardianship court orders remain effective that require restraint and that this court should review. Kevin Hunter and Wendy Williams' team also highlighted that the guardianship court previously issued an order against Miami Entertainment Law Group and its lawyers. This was the group that brought forth Hunter's recent complaint. They noted allegations in the complaint may be a circumvention of those orders. Wendy Williams' guardianship battle intensifies. Legal team clashes with ex-husband Kevin Hunter. Wendy Williams' rise to fame and recent struggles. Wendy Williams, once a commanding presence in daytime television, has been at the center of a heated legal and personal saga. Known for her bold and charismatic hosting on The Wendy Williams Show, she rose to prominence as a media icon, captivating audiences with her unfiltered commentary. However, her life took a dramatic turn after health and financial challenges emerged. In 2023, Williams retired from broadcasting following a diagnosis of aphasia and frontotemporal dementia, conditions that have significantly impacted her ability to communicate and manage daily activities. In 2022, Wells Fargo froze Williams' bank accounts, citing concerns over her financial decision-making, which led to her placement under a court-ordered guardianship. Since then, she has resided at the Coterie, an assisted living facility in New York. Williams has been vocal about her dissatisfaction with her circumstances, likening her life in the facility to a prison and publicly challenging her medical diagnoses. Her outspokenness has drawn significant attention, amplifying the ongoing debate surrounding her guardianship. Kevin Hunter's lawsuit sparks controversy, adding fuel to the fire. Williams' ex-husband, Kevin Hunter, has re-entered the spotlight. With a lawsuit filed in June 2025, Hunter, who was married to Williams from 1999 to 2020, claims the guardianship violates her constitutional rights. According to Radar Online, Hunter insists his legal action is in Williams' best interest, aiming to challenge the restrictions placed on her autonomy. However, Williams' legal team has strongly rebuffed his claims, asserting that the lawsuit does not align with her wishes. Williams appointed guardians Alan B. Diamond, Peter J. Strauss, and Sadatu Salami Oyakhilome were selected at her request in April 2025 to represent her interests in guardianship proceedings. In a sharply worded letter to U.S. District Court Judge Margaret M. Garnett, the trio condemned Hunter's lawsuit, arguing it misrepresents the facts and undermines Williams' well-being. The letter stated, "Read in the best light, the complaint reflects poor judgment, an incomplete picture of the facts and record, and a serious misunderstanding of foundational legal principles." In a more critical tone, they added, "Read in the worst light, the complaint reveals a deliberate effort to mislead this court with false statements to obtain improper benefits at Williams' expense." Legal team's defense and court orders. The legal team's letter emphasized that only Diamond, Strauss, and Salami Oyakhilome are authorized to represent Williams in matters related to her guardianship. They highlighted that Hunter's lawsuit, filed through the Miami Entertainment Law Group, may violate existing guardianship court orders. These orders, issued prior to the lawsuit, restrict certain actions by the law group and its attorneys. The team suggested that Hunter's complaint could be an attempt to circumvent these rulings, further complicating the legal landscape. The Guardians expressed readiness to file a more detailed response to Hunter's claims, but urged the court to review the existing orders, which they believe should guide the proceedings. They argued that the lawsuit not only misrepresents Williams' interests but also risks destabilizing the carefully structured guardianship designed to protect her. Public and personal reactions. Williams' situation has sparked widespread discussion, with fans and former colleagues weighing in on social media platforms like X. Many have expressed sympathy for her plight, criticizing the guardianship system and calling for greater transparency. Others have questioned Hunter's motives, given his tumultuous history with Williams, which included a highly publicized divorce marked by allegations of infidelity and financial disputes. Williams herself has remained a vocal figure despite her health challenges. Her comparisons of the assisted living facility to a prison have resonated with supporters who view her guardianship as overly restrictive. The involvement of high-profile figures from her past, including Hunter, has only intensified public interest. In her case, the broader implications. The controversy surrounding Williams' guardianship raises broader questions about the rights-ecosystem, legal system, and the rights of individuals under guardianship. As Williams' legal team battles Hunter's claims, the case underscores the complexities of balancing personal autonomy with protective oversight, particularly for public figures with significant assets. Looking ahead as the legal proceedings continue, the future of Williams' guardianship remains uncertain. Her legal team's firm stance against Hunter's lawsuit signals a contentious fight ahead, with the court's decision likely to have significant implications for Williams' autonomy and financial control. Fans and advocates are closely watching the developments, with many expressing hope that Williams' voice will be heard in the process. The ongoing saga serves as a reminder of the challenges faced by those navigating health crises in the public eye. Whether Williams will regain greater control over her life or remain under the current guardianship structure is yet to be seen, but her story continues to captivate and spark debate.